A wave of firings since far-right activist and propagandist Charlie Kirk's murder has brought a harsh reminder that workers' free speech rights go only as far as their bosses allow. TV commentators, airline workers, nurses, police officers, teachers, and others have faced suspensions or lost their jobs. Top Trump administration officials and other Kirk allies have vowed to expose anyone who condones the killings and ensure they pay a price. Though some people who have been fired insist they reject both the violence and Kirk's views on race, gender norms, and other hot-button issues. When you see someone celebrating Charlie's murder, call them out, Vice President J.D. Vance said Monday while guest hosting the Charlie Kirk show. Call their employer. Call their employer. We don't believe in political violence. We do believe in civility, and there is no civility in the celebration of political assassination, he said. Some, such as Aaron Coyle, associate professor of media law at Arizona State University, believe that the firings conflict with the philosophy of free expression, but not with the constitutional right of free speech, which only protects against government interference. If a person working for a private corporation is fired based on what they posted because the corporation believes it reflects poorly on them, then there's no government action there, she said. They don't have First Amendment protection against their private employers' actions. Kirk, 31, was shot and killed September 10th while speaking at Utah Valley University. Prosecutors said Tuesday that they will seek the death penalty for suspect Tyler Robinson. Kirk, who lived in Phoenix, co-founded Turning Point USA and built it into a widely influential youth organization with chapters at hundreds of colleges. Office Depot fired an employee at one of its Michigan locations after a viral video showed staff refusing to print posters for a Kirk vigil. Office Depot said that Friday night that an immediate internal review was launched, and the employee involved in the incident is no longer with the organization. On Monday, Attorney General Pam Bondi threatened to prosecute the Office Depot employee. The company also said it reached out to the customer as soon as it learned of the incident to address their concerns and seek to fulfill their order to their satisfaction. Media, Disney/ABC. On September 17th, Walt Disney-owned ABC announced it would indefinitely suspend Jimmy Kimmel Live for comments he made about the reaction to Kirk's killing on his late-night show. Those comments drew the ire of the head of the Federal Communications Commission, Brendan Carr, who warned that ABC's broadcast license could be revoked. Political analyst Matthew Dowd was seen as the first of many figures to face consequences for his comments. Dowd was fired from the network after his comments during MSNBC's coverage of the shooting. Dowd was asked about the environment in which a shooting like this happens. In response, Dowd said he's, Kirk, been one of the most divisive, especially divisive younger figures in this, who is constantly sort of pushing this sort of hate speech or sort of aimed at certain groups. And I always go back to hateful thoughts lead to hateful words, which then lead to hateful actions. And I think that is the environment we are in. You can't stop with these sort of awful thoughts you have and then saying these awful words and not expect awful actions to take place. And that's the unfortunate environment we are in. The Washington Post columnist Karen Attiah said on Monday that she was also fired over a series of social media posts speaking out against political violence, racial double standards, and America's apathy towards guns. Phoenix Sports and Arizona Sports Network confirmed that it had parted ways with one of its employees according to multiple reports. Several outlets have reported that it was one of Phoenix Sports' writers. Airlines. Late Sunday, United Airlines confirmed to CNN that it has suspended workers over the last few days. In a statement, United Airlines said, "We've been clear with our customers and employees that there's zero tolerance for politically motivated violence or any attempt to justify it." Last weekend, the U.S. Transportation Secretary, Sean Duffy, said that American Airlines had immediately grounded pilots accused of celebrating Kirk's death and removed them from service. "This behavior is disgusting and they should be fired," Duffy said. "Any company responsible for the safety of the traveling public cannot tolerate that behavior." He added, "We heal as a country when we send the message that glorifying political violence is completely unacceptable." In a statement to The Guardian, American Airlines said it condemned violence of any kind and that hate-related or hostile behavior runs contrary to our purpose, which is to care for people on life's journey. Employees who promote such violence on social media were immediately removed from service, they added. "We will continue to initiate action with team members who display this kind of behavior." CNN also reported that Delta Airlines also suspended employees whose social media content related to the recent murder of Kirk went well beyond healthy, respectable debate. The airlines did not disclose details about the posts. Technology. Microsoft shared an X post on Friday addressing negative remarks about Kirk made online by some of its employees. "We are aware of the views expressed by a small subset of our employees regarding recent events," the company said. "We take matters like this very seriously and we are currently reviewing each individual situation." Microsoft said, "Comments celebrating violence against anyone are unacceptable and do not align with our values." Entertainment. DC Comics canceled Gretchen Felker Martin's Red Hood book series one day after its debut, after the writer commented about Kirk's death on Blue Sky, saying, "Hope the bullet's okay after hitting Kirk," later deleting the post and, "Thoughts and prayers, you Nazi bitch." Sucker Punch artist Drew Harrison, a nearly 10-year veteran of Sony Studios, posted, "I hope the shooter's name is Mario so that Luigi knows his bro got his back" on the day the assassination took place. Less than 24 hours later, she confirmed she'd been fired. Drew Harrison is no longer an employee of Sucker Punch Production, a spokesperson for Sony told Kotaku at the time. Finance. The company behind the New York-based stock exchange fired an employee on September 12th for social media posts, saying they were in clear violation of its policy. NASDAQ has a zero-tolerance policy toward violence and any commentary that condones or celebrates the violence, the company said in a post on X. The employee was a woman who worked as a junior-level sustainability strategist at NASDAQ. A source familiar with the matter told Reuters without disclosing further details. Science. The Massachusetts-based Biomedical Research Center Broad Institute, which is a joint venture between Harvard University and the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, fired an employee who allegedly posted a deeply offensive comment on their personal social media account, according to the Boston Globe, citing a company spokesperson. Law. Perkins Coie, the law firm based in Seattle, fired a lawyer who posted a message on social media that criticized Kirk after his death, a spokesman told Bloomberg Law. We are aware of the comments posted on social media by a former Perkins Coie employee in the wake of Charlie Kirk's death, the spokesperson told the outlet. These comments do not reflect the views of our firm, and the individual's conduct in posting them fell short of the expectations we have of everyone who works here. Perkins Coie, which has 21 offices across the country, deems itself the creative pioneer of modern political law, according to its website, and has had clients including the Democratic National Committee. Sports. The Carolina Panthers fired an employee, Charlie Rock, who made social media posts following Kirk's assassination. A source briefed on the Panthers' decision confirmed to Fox News Digital that Rock, a member of the team's communication department, was fired on Thursday. Social media posts linked to Rock appeared to show him questioning why people were sad that Kirk had been shot and killed. The song Protect Ya Neck from the Wu-Tang Clan was also shared. The views expressed by our employees are their own and do not represent those of the Carolina Panthers, the team said in a statement posted to social media. We do not condone violence of any kind. We are taking this matter very seriously and have accordingly addressed it with the individual. The nonprofit, the Joe Burrow Foundation, the nonprofit founded by National Football League quarterback Joe Burrow and his parents in October of 2022, focuses on youth mental health and food insecurity, according to its website. Just 2 days after Kirk's assassination, the charity posted that it terminated an advisory board member that made inappropriate remarks in light of recent events. The board member was identified by local Fox 19 in Cincinnati, Ohio as Ted Berry, a county judge. Healthcare. In New Orleans, Acadian Ambulance Service announced the termination of an employee for this reason. We are aware of a recent social media post by one of our employees on their personal page, the company wrote in a statement provided to Fox News Digital. The post was not reflective of our company's mission and values or the high standard of professional conduct we expect from every member of our team, the statement continued. The employee has since removed the post and is no longer employed by Acadian Ambulance Service. Our team members dedicate their lives to caring for others in their moments of greatest need. We expect and hold one another accountable to uphold respect, dignity, and professionalism both in the field and online. Children's Healthcare of Atlanta has also fired an unnamed employee due to what they deem inappropriate social media comments. Children's Healthcare of Atlanta terminated an employee who posted inappropriate comments which violated our social media policy, a spokesperson said in a statement sent to Fox News Digital. Food service. Giuseppe's Cucina Rustica in San Luis Obispo, California, terminated one of its employees over a comment made. Derek Hess, a restaurant manager, confirmed the firing to Fox News Digital. I totally support freedom of speech, Hess said. He added the fired employee's comment demonized the murder of Charlie Kirk and made it seem that it was a good thing that happened. It also demonized half of the political spectrum. Employees felt uncomfortable coming to work knowing that someone in an authoritative position was going to be here who said those things on the internet. The manager didn't reveal the former employee's name, role, or what was said in the post. The Italian restaurant initially posted a statement on social media accounts. Lucius Q/TQL Stadium. Lucius Q, a barbecue restaurant in Cincinnati, lost its contract with the local stadium, TQL Stadium, after the owner, Aaron Sharp, commented on a Facebook post the assassination. The original post said, "Praying for Charlie Kirk," reported the Inquirer. "Good riddance," said Sharp's reply, referring to Kirk with an expletive. Lucius Q announced on its Facebook page at 8 p.m. September 11th that Sharp is no longer associated with the restaurant. "We found the comments he made on his personal social media pages offensive and, as a result, have severed ties with him," the statement said. Freddy's Frozen Custards and Steak Burgers. In Illinois, Freddy's, a fast casual restaurant, reportedly fired its general manager over a social media post. Fashion. Madewell, a clothing brand owned by J. Crew, fired one of their employees, Erin Butrica, after she was reported to the company by online users for comments made in a TikTok video. Education. In South Florida, Karen Leader, a tenured art professor at Florida Atlantic University, was temporarily removed from her duties and is under review. "What I was posting was evidence that Mr. Kirk was not an uncontroversial figure," Leader told the Palm Beach Post. The Greenville News reported that Clemson University had dismissed 3 people, 1 staff member, and 2 faculty members for remarks they made about Kirk after the shooting. The university did not name the employees or specify what prompted the firings. Multiple employees at Auburn University were terminated Wednesday for what Auburn President Christopher Roberts described as insensitive social media posts. Roberts wrote in a letter posted to Facebook on Wednesday that the posts were completely at odds with the university's code of conduct. Actions that endorse, glorify, or trivialize violence undermines that responsibility, have no place at Auburn, and fall short of the community of respect and integrity that we work hard each day to uphold, he wrote. Neither the number of employees fired nor the nature of the posts were disclosed. The university declined further comment on Wednesday. University of Mississippi Chancellor Glenn F. Boyce said an employee was let go on Thursday, September 11th, due to comments regarding the assassination. He said in a statement that an unidentified employee shared hurtful and sensitive comments on social media after Kirk was killed. The Clarion Ledger, part of the USA Today network, reported that social media posts, including from the state's auditor, Shad White, cited screenshots of an Instagram post from an account attributed to Lauren Uncaffer Stokes that called Kirk a white supremacist and a reimagined Klan member. A dean at Middle Tennessee State, Laura Shosh Lightsey, was fired for social media posts saying she had zero empathy for Kirk. The University of Arkansas at Little Rock on Tuesday suspended a law professor for comments on social media about the killing of Kirk and said it would conduct an investigation. The suspension of Professor Felicia Branch by the university's Little Rock William H. Bowen School of Law appears to be the first disciplinary action on a legal academic overreaction to Kirk's killing. Last Saturday, the University of Miami's health system announced that it had fired an employee over what they described as unacceptable public commentary. Freedom of speech is a fundamental right, the health system said. At the same time, expressions that condone or endorse violence or are incompatible with our policies or values are not acceptable. The statement did not elaborate on the remarks made. Austin PA State University announced the termination of theater professor Dr. Darren Michael for a post he shared following the assassination of Charlie Kirk. A faculty member of Austin PA State University shared a post on social media that was insensitive, disrespectful, and interpreted by many as propagating justification for unlawful death. Such actions do not align with Austin PA's commitment to mutual respect and human dignity. The university deems these actions unacceptable and has terminated the faculty member, said APSU President Mike Licari in a statement sent to media. North Idaho College said last Sunday that it placed an instructor on leave after a social media post criticizing Charlie Kirk's stance on gun control following the conservative commentator's death. The college said the assistant professor will be placed on administrative leave and no further action can be taken during an executive session under state law. We have been made aware of allegations against an instructor at NIC concerning a social media post, the college said. We are in the process of investigating those allegations. We want to assure our community that this matter is a priority and we are treating it with the utmost importance. The school said it remains committed to fostering an environment where ideas can be shared openly, safely, and respectfully, while noting that speech can carry consequences depending on its impact. Officials with the Cobb County School District say they have begun an investigation over social media posts allegedly written by 3 of the district's employees over the killing of Kirk. In a statement, school officials say they have received complaints from parents and other Cobb educators of posts that appeared to celebrate the shooting. While the school district did not share any details about the post, they emphasized that the posts do not reflect the outstanding professionalism demonstrated by the vast majority of Cobb educators daily. Posts that celebrate or support the murder of an innocent person by a school shooter are unprofessional and disruptive to the school environment, school officials said in a statement. We expect Cobb educators to help students learn and grow, which requires limiting disruptions to their classrooms and school. The school district's social media policy reads that while it recognizes the value in social media, employees must use platforms respectfully and ethically to avoid harming the reputations of themselves and colleagues, as well as the reputation of the district. Cobb officials say that any employees who may have been involved have been placed on administrative leave and will not interact with students or parents while the investigation is ongoing. The West Ada School District fired a Meridian High School employee after she allegedly posted a video celebrating Kirk's death. Anika Rutz graduated last year from the school, the Idaho Dispatch reported. She was working as a cheerleading coach for the school after being on the team during her high school career, the local media outlet said. The Oskaloosa Community School District Board voted to fire a high school teacher for a post he made about the death of Kirk. It happened during a special board meeting Wednesday night. A Kansas Department of Education employee who commented well-deserved on a social media post referencing the murder of Kirk is no longer with the state agency. The Manhattan Mercury confirmed Katie Allen's status of being fired from the Kansas Department of Education on Tuesday. She also serves on the USD 383 Manhattan-Ogden School Board. The school district of Cudahy is reviewing the actions of one of its employees after they made a social media post responding to the murder. The Cudahy employee, in response to Kirk's death, wrote 2 social media responses, "Karma is rough" and FAFO, which translates to "fuck around and find out." An employee at Lake Norman Charter School was placed on administrative leave for posting a hateful and highly offensive sentiment related to the assassination of Kirk, the school announced. The Huntersville-based school issued the following statement about the incident. A hateful and highly offensive sentiment related to yesterday's murder of Charlie Kirk was shared on one of our staff members' personal social media accounts. This individual has been placed on administrative leave pending a complete investigation. Lake Norman Charter unequivocally denounces all acts of violence and expressions of hate speech, as they are diametrically opposed to the values and principles that our school stands for and seeks to instill in our students. We stand together as a school community and are committed to continuing to foster an environment where our students are guided by educators who embody the highest standards of trust, professionalism, and care. The school district of Lancaster is saying it is handling a personnel matter privately after an employee was ousted for posting a statement following Kirk's shooting. Since then, the school district has stated it is aware of the post. A high school teacher in South Carolina is out of a job after comments he made online about Kirk's death. Greenville County School District teacher Wynn Boliak is accused of posting on Facebook after the shooting. Thoughts and prayers to his children, but IMHO, in my honest opinion, America became greater today. There, I said it. A screenshot of his post was shared widely online, including by U.S. Rep. Nancy Mace and U.S. Rep. William Timmons. Greenville County Schools, we believe you may have explaining to do, Mace wrote in a post on X. No one celebrating the loss of a human life should be allowed anywhere near children. The West Ada School District has fired a Meridian High School employee after she posted a video on social media regarding the shooting of Kirk, who was killed Wednesday at Utah Valley University. In a statement posted to Instagram on Thursday morning, the school district said that the employee's conduct in posting the video violated school and district policy, and that the district does not endorse or condone the video in any way. We were shocked and saddened by its content, the statement said. A Cleveland Heights University Heights City School District teacher has been placed on administrative leave after allegedly making social media posts about the shooting death of Kirk. The district issued a statement Thursday afternoon saying the district is investigating what appears to be a screenshot of CHUH City School District employees celebrating the death of Mr. Kirk through a post on their personal social media. The contents of the apparent posts are reprehensible and do not align with our school district's core values, the statement continued. According to the statement, district administration is investigating the issue at this time and taking all steps in accordance with our staff discipline protocols. Our focus remains on providing our students with a high-quality education and ensuring there are no disruptions to that service, the statement said. A middle school science teacher in the Forest Grove School District has been placed on administrative leave and resigned from his local city council role after suggesting in a Facebook post that Kirk was asking to be shot and killed. After learning that Kirk had died, John Colgan, a science teacher at Neil Armstrong Middle School and Cornelia city councilor, apparently posted about the shooting on his personal Facebook page. Hearing that Charlie Kirk got shot and died really brightened up my day, Colgan wrote in the original post. Nobody deserves it, but some are asking for it. He continued, edit. For anyone else that wants to creep my wall and tell me how upsetting this is, Charlie was a effing ghoul who got on TV after every school shooting and mass shooting and defended guns. Colgan later added, he'd want us to support the gun in this case. See more in comments. While Colgan's profile no longer appeared searchable on Facebook by early Thursday morning, the Vassar, Michigan School District has placed one of its teachers on administrative leave after they made a social media post following the death of Kirk that district officials said raised concerns within our community. A letter from Vassar Public Schools Superintendent Steve Clark to parents of district students on Thursday, September 11th, said the teacher's comments do not reflect the sentiments of the school district's leadership or the Board of Education. It was not immediately clear who the teacher that was placed on leave was or what their post allegedly said. In Hallsville, Missouri, the local school district said 2 employees are on paid administrative leave after social media post about Kirk's death. Government. The U.S. Secret Service placed an employee on leave last week after reportedly writing in a Facebook post that Kirk spewed hate and racism on his show, adding, at the end of the day, you answer to God and speak things into existence. You can only circumvent karma, she doesn't leave. According to CBS News. A spokesperson for the agency confirmed to The Guardian, this employee was immediately put on administrative leave and an investigation has begun. The Secret Service will not tolerate behavior that violates our code of conduct, the spokesperson added. Fox News also reported that an employee at the Federal Emergency Management Agency was placed on administrative leave over an Instagram post describing Kirk as the literal racist, homophobe, misogynist. A female spokesperson told The Guardian that the employee's words were revolting and unconscionable, and that the employee was immediately placed on administrative leave. We expect all public servants to uphold the highest standards of professionalism, respect, and integrity, they added. The U.S. Coast Guard also said last week that it was aware of inappropriate personal social media activity made by one of their employees regarding recent political violence, and that they were actively investigating this activity and will take appropriate action to hold the individual accountable. A woman who worked for the Tennessee Department of Commerce and Insurance was removed from her position last week over online comments about Kirk's murder. The commissioner of the TDCI released this statement on Friday, September 12th. Today, I learned of comments made on social media by a now former TDCI employee regarding the tragic murder of Charlie Kirk, wrote Commissioner Carter Lawrence. Further investigation into her social media, in which she linked herself to the department, revealed bias and disregard toward the very people she was tasked with serving. A state employee has been dismissed from his position with the Idaho Department of Labor's Human Rights Commission due to social media rhetoric about Kirk's assassination. Department of Labor Research and Communications Bureau Chief Darlene Karnopis confirmed to the Idaho Press that David Barriachoa was no longer an employee as of September 12th. Transparent Idaho, a government website that provides employment and wage information about state workers, lists Barriachoa's title with the agency as Tech Records Specialist and says he held the position since April. The New Orleans, Louisiana Fire Department has said that they have launched an investigation into an employee accused of making an insensitive post about Kirk. The Toledo, Ohio Fire Department also said that they have launched an investigation into an employee accused of making a brash post about Kirk.